Hello. Hello, guys. I got the tablet a long time ago, actually. It's just that maybe it doesn't show that I have it. I actually had it like for almost a year, and I do see better the comments because with the phone I cannot see. With the phone, definitely I cannot see. Mm. Yeah, that's why every time you guys, sometimes when I do read you, I observe over here and not there. Sometimes I do watch there, but I cannot. Nowadays, um, the size of the letters, I don't know. They change it, and every day it seems like tinier and tinier, and I cannot watch it. Like I don't have any issues with my eyesight, but from that distance, I cannot see it. Mm. I'm doing well. It's very hot today again. Um, it's very annoying. Like for me, it's so annoying. I forgot to turn on the AC a bit. I'm going to be building. Um, but yeah, the weather is crazy. I don't know. I run all my errands and I try to do everything early in the morning so I don't have to go out when the sun is like at its fullest if I can help it. If I have to go somewhere, of course I have to go. But I try to do mostly like all the appointments and everything. I try to do them very early in the morning. And Luna is, yeah, she's hanging in there. I don't know. She's eating. She's eating. I cannot tell you like she's better because she's not. But she's in there. She's just there. We try, to buy her favorite food, because usually she doesn't. Um, she doesn't like to eat certain things. I believe that maybe her taste, she's not smelling very well. Also, the other day she got a cold, and she had so much mucus that it would stuck in her nose. And I noticed it, and I was like, "What is that you have on your nose?" And I basically I had to clean her nose because she cannot clean herself. She doesn't clean herself, so she has that mucus or that thing in her nose that is like obstructing her nose. Because I never seen a cat do having that. It's my first time because that's the thing that we were talking with my friend, how sometimes we forget, especially in these moments where an animal is sick or is feeling vulnerable, how efficient cats are and how independent they are when it comes to they clean themselves. they take care of everything themselves. So when they are in this state, you actually start to see like how they look like without them being able to clean themselves. You know how their fur it becomes very weird also. Um, and but the part of the nose, this is my first time seeing the accumulation of mucus. So this at first I was like, what is it there that you have on your nose? You know, we have you know the nose is like this, you know, and usually yeah we can see, but in her case she's all white, so you know, and I would notice that she had something, you know, a bit dirty here, and I thought that maybe she stuck her nose somewhere, and I take a closer look to her, and I was like, that's actually that's like vocals. That's like, I don't know how you say in English. How do you say it? The thing that runs out of our noses, the mucus. How do you call that? I know it has a name. I know there's a name for that. It's not mucus. It's we call it moco here. It's not. Hello. It's more like, it, I don't think it's a snot. I think it's different. I want to say like the usual, the more common word. Let's see. Booger. Booger or booger? Is it booger or booger? But yeah, mucus is also. But I wanted to say a booger or booger. Ah, mucus works. Ah, okay. But I wanted to say booger or booger. It's spelled booger. But that's actually what I heard in the movies. Booger, like people talking about boogers. Um, that's why it got stuck in my mind, that word. I have for today I have the boys Juyeon. I have Blackpink Jisoo, Ateez Wooyoung, Simon Dominic, that I believe is a rapper. 17 Mingyu, the Chinese actor Wu Lei, Stray Kids Felix, and Twice Tui. I think it's the same, but the consistency is different. Yeah, for me it's like, I believe that booger or bagger, I don't know how it's pronounced, is more when you have that, you know, that thing, that it becomes very like, it's not that your nose is like draining, and it's like, sometimes she has that, you know, that you see that it's like falling on off her nose. This is more like consistent, um, it's like covering, you know, her. Yeah, it's drier. Yes. Yeah, exactly, exactly. And she didn't like it. She didn't like it. She didn't like it at all. Um, like because it's dry. So and also I think that it because she has hair, she has fur, so it's attached to the fur. So when I try to peel it, she gets uncomfortable. She doesn't like it. But I was I was like talking to her. Um, I was like, I have to do it. I have to clean you. I have to clean you. It's hurtful, but I have to clean you. In Indonesia, we call it upil. Ah, really? It's very interesting, upil. Porcine. It sounds cute, yes. No, I swear, I never seen a cat being like having that. Um, so yeah, I think that's a different experience. To take care of her, of her needs, to make sure that she's comfortable. I believe she's less stressed. I mean, she cannot move that much. I think that probably her extremities, her paws and her legs, it hurts too when she's walking. She walks a bit funny, and she tries to get up and move, but she's not that. She's losing strength, definitely. Um, but um, but we're taking care of her. We give her a lot of, we pamper her a lot. We try to make her feel the love, and that we hope that she doesn't have to suffer. That's what we don't want for her. Or at least we want her to feel like that she's at home, because she's a very peculiar cat. I think that for her to be taken out of the house, to go to the bed, traveling and everything, has been a very, and not to mention all the shots and the blood test and people touching her, I think that it has been very stressing for the animal as well. And now she's like, she is just very on her world. She's in her world. She lays down. She goes to the garden. Sometimes when we go out to the garden early in the morning, she goes out and she stands in there. Then she goes back to sleep. Slowly, but she's in there. She's in there. We're trying to make her feel comfortable. In France, we basically call it nose poop. Nose poop. But yeah, it kinda, I mean, yeah, because it's not the liquid, it's the other one. um, Yeah, that's what matters, that she can be controlled. Yeah, that's what we want to give her, Fluffy. I think that we are a bit much more relaxed. Actually, some cats didn't do the cleaning right even though they're healthy. I have 7 and one of them just like, I have to clean the dirt on his nose for a day. What do you do that with, Anna? Today I wet with warm water a very soft cloth, and I cleaned her. And I also I had to use my fingers because it wouldn't come out. It's so thick that it wouldn't come out. But I did clean her nose. Do you use something different to clean them, or is it okay with the hands? I think I did a great job, but I don't know. Maybe I was also thinking like, what if I buy those things that they give to babies that it helps them. Um, Hello, Vanessa Pro. Hey, Rin. Chachalino. But yeah, it's a new experience. It's like I never seen a situation like this with um, with a cat. Don't use, but it wouldn't come out. So I had to scratch it a bit. Like it's not inside her nose. It's more like the part that it got stuck in here. I use warm tissue or cotton when I have to clean the rice, which is a bit similar. I think that you're doing it right. Ah, okay. Mm. There are pet wipes. I have some clean. Ah, okay. Yeah, I do have a cloth that is very mushy. That I usually it's only for her. I usually wet that, especially when it's hot. I wet that and I sort of go to not give her a bath because she doesn't like it, but I wet it a bit, and then I pass it on her body to sort of give her the sensation that she's wet, that she's humid. Yeah, actually, Luna is an indoor cat as well. She is an indoor cat. It's just that we have a garden on the outside of the house. We have a garden, and she loves to go there with the plants, and there's a bit of dirt because we do have some, some trees, or we have a small trees. We have some jasmine tree, we have some other trees with flowers. We have roses, the plants. So nowadays we sort of cover it, the dirt, the part that has dirt, we cover it with, we created a system where we put some small rocks on it all over the largest part, so there wouldn't be, because we suspect that also probably that virus or that thing that she probably got it from the earth, from the dirt. So yeah, we covered that, and now but every small part that we have, like a plant, or she discovers a bit of earth or dirt, she usually goes there to also to pee or to do her necessities. But yeah, she's an indoor cat as well. And also Negrita, she also does her things on her own. They have their own, I don't know how, their own toilets, but they love to go outside as well. They love to go outside. They love plants. Luna loved, when she was doing well, she would love to scratch her whiskers against any kind of plant that would have like sort of like thorns. She would love to do that. I don't know. Hey Akira. Cotton with warm water or wet tissue. Ah, okay. Okay. I done well. Okay. I will try not to use my hand. Yeah. Just that I think that she gets all that stuff in her nose while she's sleeping, because usually during the day I don't see it. I don't see her do. But yeah. Nose poop. Nose poop. Yeah, we were talking about mocos, Akira. How do you say moco in your country? Like not in the way of medical definition. Just when you say, oh, you have a moco in there, you know. Hmm. My cat also an indoor cat, and they even like never cross the door lines ever. When I put them cross the door, they're just all running back to try to get into the house. Ah, okay. Yeah, mine too. No, they don't. I mean, my youngest cat, she does like to wander through the roof. She loves to wander through the roof. She has gone to the neighbor's territory and she stole the neighbor's socks, because usually, I don't know, who in the right mind would leave the laundry out, but they do. So every time she goes over there, she finds she finds something. She loves to bring socks, so she's like the thief of socks. You know, she steals socks and she brings them as gift here. Wow, 30. Well, I had 31 people and now I have 25 watching. So yeah, if you guys are watching, please give a like to the live stream, please. Thank you. Great conversation, exactly. Exactly. She did get during pandemic. She got underwear. She got underwear. She got someone's underwear. I swear I was disgusted. I had to grab it with a stick and sort of throw it to the. Oh my God! I was like, no, don't do that. But I don't know. I guess she sees them hanging in there, and it caught her attention. You know that it's hanging in there. Um, but how can you leave your laundry during all the night? Like that's something that I don't understand about these people. Like how you expect laundry to get to dry during the nighttime. I don't understand. And not just because of Negrita that is like the sock stealer. It's also, I don't know, there could be some bugs, something going around, I don't know. And oh yes, I did. I scared them with the mocos. Panty stealer. And you have to see how proud she was, how proud she is that she got actually something. Aquarius activities, definitely. Lilith is shameless. Is shameless. She's going to do what others are not doing. She's going to do it amazingly. Because I cannot be mad at her. She's a very smart cat. She's so smart. She's so smart. No, but it's not warm. It was on winter as well. No, no, no. They forget. They forget, or I don't know. Maybe they are not that organized in their house. So whoever has to pick up, the laundry doesn't do it. I thought it was more of a dog thing. I swear she acts like a dog sometimes. Yeah. Also, I'm not 100% sure yet, guys, because you know that we still have Luna, and Luna is in this health condition, so we're paying attention to her. She is our priority. But the other day, my neighbor was telling me that there's a cat, a neighbor's cat, that they had babies. The cat had kittens, and that something happened to the mother. I don't know exactly what, but something happened. So the kittens were left, and they have, I believe they have two, that they don't know what to do with the kittens because all the people that they had asked, they all have already their animals. They don't have the space. Some people don't want them, and this person cannot have them in their house because they also have dogs. So they are looking for a place. I believe that they are very tiny yet. They barely open their eyes. So I don't know. We will see how everything goes with Luna, but I think that maybe we will take one, because the situation is very unfortunate. This person cannot keep them like he already like was like, okay, I'm going to keep one, but there's a lot. So, you know, they are looking for people that want them. And yeah. So maybe guys, if everything goes well, I told my neighbor that he can count on me. Like, I mean, my situation with Luna is very delicate. Like, obviously, I'm focusing on her. This is not the right time to raise a kitten. But I also think about that. I don't want to leave Negrita alone. She's a very social cat, and once Luna passes away, she's going to get very sad because she's still a very young cat and she looks for a companion. So, you know, I'm thinking about it. It's just that I was planning on it, but I didn't think it was going to be that fast. You know, the cat system distribution, sort of. I didn't think it was going to happen that fast. So yeah, guys. Negrita is 6. I mean, it's been 6 years since I have her. 6 years. We brought her on February of 2018. She's 6. She's a grown cat. She's not a baby. Even though she acts like a baby, she's not a baby. If they are that tiny, they probably aren't even 1 month. So you might get a Scorpio baby. Yeah. Yeah, they said that they barely open their eyes, but they're very tiny yet. They're very tiny. Very tiny. Just as things like this happen sometimes, guys, and I'm sure you know, it happens with cats, dogs, even with people. Sometimes, you know, that there's people that cannot have them, you know, and sometimes if you have like a strong community, because you would want them to, you know, to end up in a good place where they are taken care of. Yeah, maybe it's meant to be with a new kitten. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's time. It's like, because I'm sure that, you know, it has to be now. It has to be decided if I want it or not now, you know, because they are in a rush, I would say. Thank you, Fluffy. In 2022, my parents welcomed a new kitten. He brought so much joy, so much fun in the house. Yeah, the kittens definitely they do. Yeah, probably just 2-week kitten. And same as you, he was just alone outside the house abandonment. So he came and announced, oh, wow. Maybe look at them and see how you feel. Yeah, yeah. Same with my own cat. I didn't choose her. She came on her own. So yeah, you see, we are still in Scorpio season, and this is like all about death, accepting death and rebirth. You know, it's that the duality. You know, it's that duality. Yeah, I will let you know, guys. I will let you know how it goes. I will let you know. Because, you know, I don't live alone. My dad also lives, and also, like, I need help. We have to work in team, especially if the cat is very small. You know, we have to look for it, like to take care of it. You know, make sure it doesn't get into places. You know that. Because they tend to escape, they tend to get into places that you're like, oh my God. But yeah, we have to be very much in sync if we want to take a kitten. Okay, guys, I'm going to start with the voice Juyeon for this. I'm going to repeat the list. I have the boys Juyeon, Blackpink Jisoo, Ateez Wooyoung, Simon Dominic, 17 Mingyu, Wulei, Chinese actor, Stray Kids Felix, and Twice Tui. And I'm going to start with the boys Juyeon. Juyeon, the goofy man. You're going to start all over with the baby, just like us with Jerry. Yeah. Okay. For Juyeon. Okay, for Juyeon. Very mental, Juyeon. Okay, we have the card of physical attraction, so definitely, yeah, I think that when it comes to his sensual needs, he wants someone beautiful, someone that he feels the connection with, you know, that he can feel the attraction, that he can feel the pull, you know, the desire. Well, he's very young. Like, I mean, he's a very young, and I believe a sensual person or sexual person, so he probably is like very visual. He probably likes people that are beautiful or that exude this beauty. But also, I think that it's all about touch, and you know, I think that he has to feel the push or the need to get closer to the person. You know, when you really like someone or when you feel the attraction that you want to get to know them and you want to get closer to them. I think that for Juyeon, he does have to have this attraction. If he doesn't feel it, he will probably not do much, and he will just, you know, be very apathic, and not making up his mind about a person. He has to feel like the person is really for him. So yeah, it's all about the body. It's all about the body. Beautiful body. He may have also his you know, his like body parts that he finds attractive, like his taste. Like there's something about him being very observant of the type of body that he likes, or the person as an overall physically that he likes. I don't know why I get that he likes tall women, like women that are very slender. That it's not that he likes like small and cute. It's more like if they are tall, if they have like long legs, you know, something like this. But yeah, his emotional needs is very interesting because we have the Eight of Swords. So I think that when it comes to his emotions, he does have a bit of a unfinished business, I would say, when it comes to his emotional needs. I think that probably he's in this period in his life where probably he cannot do what would make him more emotionally stable. I think that probably he doesn't even know what emotional fulfillment is. He feels a bit like literally tied up, or he feels a bit like cornered when it comes to like him thinking about his own happiness, or thinking about what would make him happy or feel good about himself. Probably in this period in his life, he's not contemplating this. There's something about him not being able to form an opinion about, like, okay, what makes you happy? What does your heart need? You know, those very sentimental questions. If you do those questions to Juyeon, probably he will not know what to say. Or probably he will try to evade the question or just remain silent. Or give an answer that you're like, that's not what I asked you. You know, I don't know if he probably doesn't have, like, yet emotional intelligence. There's something about him not being able to connect that deep. And I think that he probably feels very tight or very pressured to other values. You know, maybe he worries about his job security or his his own career, his own profession, his own income. Maybe, he measures happiness or fulfillment or a feeling of I'm feeling satisfied with myself with accomplishments. There's something about him, like, I don't know what is my emotional need, especially maybe if it has to do with a connection, like a proper romantic connection or even a friendship connection. I would say a very one-on-one connection. I think he hasn't experienced this yet. He's more of a group person. I think that Juyeon probably gets lost in a group's identity. He sounds very Aquarius to me. Like, I don't think that he is that focus on himself. I think that maybe this is why he's part of a very large group, like the boys. But also he has, like, family and friends outside of him being an idol. He probably also is part of different communities and or other large groups. So there's something about him being like, my emotional needs is not just about me asking what makes me happy. It's more like a community thing. I think that he's tied up to other people's happiness. So for him, if his family is happy, he's happy. If, the neighborhood is happy, he's happy. If the group is happy, he's happy. If the fandom is happy, he's happy. He's sort of tied up to this very large groups mentality, I would say. This is why when you probably ask Juyeon something about a question about his identity or his own individual desires, he's a bit lost about this. And yeah, we have the card from the Oracle of the Chakra. We have the card of impatience, the throat chakra. So see, he is a person that probably has to work his own impatience. Because, sometimes I think that there's a lot of people maybe in the fandom that also knows that sometimes Juyeon seems a bit slow, especially when it's his turn to express himself. And I think that definitely has to do with the throat chakra. I think that he gets very upset with himself because he wishes he could be faster. There's something about his throat chakra being a bit blocked. He probably gets, he becomes slow in his speech, but actually his mind is running very fast. So he gets impatient because the words don't come out the way he would want them to come out. So he gets angry at himself. He gets impatient at himself, and probably if people mock him or if people make fun of him, I think that they make things worse. There's something about people not being very patient with Juyeon's learning abilities, especially when it comes to his expression. There's something about people just not giving Juyeon the possibility to speak up or to talk or say what he wants to say. probably they interrupt him. Probably he has like family, or he has people that always interrupt him or always talk for him, or their voices are louder. They're like, no, 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 let me do the talking. Let me do the talking. You waited a long time now. Okay, now your time is up. Let me talk because I'm faster, or I have this idea already. You don't know, so let me. So there's something about him, with impatience, or with impatience, that he feels like every time he's coming to a point of feeling very close to an idea, a feeling, a way of expression, he gets interrupted. People don't let him advance. And this is why his throat chakra is black. Because people don't let Juyeon talk. And this is not the first time. This is what, okay, we see it with the group dynamic, within the group dynamic, but I think that this has happened in other areas of his life. This is why somehow he has also given up to this image of him being slow. Because actually it's not that he's slow, it's just that people don't let him finish his ideas. Because there's something about, I don't know if it's because Juyeon is someone that is conventionally attractive, so they would prefer for Juyeon to just sit in there and be pretty. Almost like a woman, like a woman. Like you cannot be smart and handsome. So if you're handsome, if you have that face, if you have that body, just sit in the corner, we'll do the talking for you. So it's like they see Juyeon's silence like a part of a charm. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, we sort of get it, why you don't talk that much, or why you are not that smart. Because you're already handsome, you don't need to talk that much, so it's better. But actually with impatience, I think that he has so much to say. He has so much to tell. He probably loves to talk, or he loves to communicate. It's just that he was never given the place, given the time for reflection as well. This is why we have the Eight of Swords. He feels tied up to other people's decisions. They don't let him be himself. Yeah, it's very sad. But actually he feels the impatience because he's like, I have my own ideas, I have my own opinions, like I wish I could express them more. But I almost choke on, this is why I'm drinking water, because I feel my throat chakra also. Yes. Just that they don't let him shine. They don't let him. I don't know if it's because they feel like since there's a lot of people, they are wasting their time waiting for him to finish an idea. So it's like, okay, yeah, let's move on. But usually, I mean, he is my birthday twin, so I can sort of, I don't feel the way he does, but especially because I have a lot of planets in the first house, thank God. But I also have Mercury in the 12th house, so sometimes my way of expression, I had to actually learn to finish an idea maybe, and not to get distracted probably. But actually my way of expression is very concise, but it's just that maybe if I get excited talking about something, I usually like to talk a lot about certain things. And maybe when you have a certain schedule, or when you have your very tight moment to express yourself. And even when you have to give like a lecture or you have to pass exam, you have to be very concise. You cannot get out of that. And in this case, I think that sometimes if I would compare myself with other, I don't know, with other air signs, definitely I would feel like I'm very slow in comparison to theirs and their ability to catch things like this. I've always felt like I was a bit slow. Or maybe Virgo people. I know a lot of Virgo people, and they are so great at observing. And for me, it's more like I have to take a pause and take time to observe something, because otherwise I will not see it. And I have to have a very selective. Like if I choose to put my attention on something, it's going to be about that thing. I'm not great at multitasking. But I learned, with getting to know myself and everything, that's very important, that you realize that the way you express yourself, you can change it for what benefits you, but also that the way you express yourself, if you talk faster, if you talk slower, is your style. And we all have different styles of communication. And you don't have to feel threatened by the other people that speak, faster, or they just have different opinions or different answers than you. And you're like, oh, they're so eloquent and I'm not. I mean, we're all different. We're all different. And I think also, this is something that I noticed, that when you're with the right people, you don't need to rush to finish a sentence to be listened to. The right people for you, they wait for you. They listen to you, whatever you want to say. Now, if you feel like it's like a race, that they don't let you finish your sentence, well, maybe they don't respect you, or maybe, but you shouldn't feel anxious for like, oh my God, like, did I say this right? Did I do this right? Are they going to interrupt me? If they interrupt you, the issue is on themselves. If they make fun of you, or the way you talk, or the sound of your voice, whatever, it's their issue, not yours. You just have to be true to yourself. The right people will understand. Yeah, and I think it's also about being polite. Like, of course, everyone can express themselves, but personally, I always feel like I have to limit time to speak. Yeah, it's like in your mind, you're like, okay, I guess this is the time. And you feel, just like I said, the kind of impatience. Inside of you, you're like, I have 30 seconds. So I guess I have to say everything in one sentence. Like I can't waste someone's time listening to me for too long. Yeah. Yeah. But actually, that doing therapy and you having someone that is exclusively paying attention to what you say, you actually then realize that you don't talk that much. That actually you don't talk that much. Like, it's like they give you time and time to express yourself. They give you so much room that maybe you just say, what you want to say, and you're like, yeah, that's it. And they're like, that's it? That's all you always wanted to say? And you're like, yeah, well, it's not that much. And we always think of ourselves like, oh my God, I talk so much, or I make it so long. No, the right people will listen to you, will wait for you to finish your idea. They will be compassionate. Yeah. Therapy is great, guys. Therapy is great. Therapy is great. It's better than to expect family or friends or coworkers to sort of understand things that they probably can't or they won't understand. So therapy is great. I'm very queen-minded in conversations, and sometimes talk about multiple topics in one conversations, and I caught myself overwhelming some of my friends. It's just that I think that we because I also felt it. It's just that you feel like you have they're very limited attention, so you're like, okay, I guess I will tell them a lot of things at the same time, just in case they don't listen to me anymore, or they just get up and leave, or they interrupt me and they say something else. And also pay attention if your friends actually listen, because you know that you always have those friends that they want to start a conversation with you because actually they want to tell you about their problems, and they actually ask you, oh, how are you, but they don't really want to know. It's all about them. I agree. I agree. I should probably go back, to be honest, having gone to therapy for almost 2 months. It's great. I feel so free in therapy. I feel so free. You even stay mute sometimes because you don't know what to talk about on that specific moment once the other topic ended. And of course, everyone should listen to one another. But some people just talk about themselves all the time, and it's all one-sided. Yeah. Yeah, that's why sometimes when you anticipate this and you're like, okay, this is my moment. I'm going to tell them a lot of things at once, because you know, guys, you even if it's the people that you love, you know if they're paying attention or not. You know if they have the ability to listen to you. I think that when you are with true listeners, with people that really listen, you get very emotional all of a sudden, because they are so present for you and what you're bringing, that is like this very intense dynamic that you really feel validated. And it's amazing, because then you start seeing and realizing that some people are not that present for us, then maybe they try, we all have issues, we all have, busy lives, but there's people that just don't know how to listen to one another. And that's why you are gasping for air, you're gasping for a moment to communicate. And then you censor yourself, and then you feel guilty. Oh, did I say too much? Did I do too much? Was I too much? So it's better to do it in therapy. No one is going to judge you in there. No one is going to tell you like, oh, please shut up. Okay. I'm going to continue with Blackpink Jisoo. Her sensual and emotional needs. Okay, for Jisoo, we start with the game of love. We have the lovers in reverse. And we have the card of illumination. Yeah, but her sensual needs, definitely she really enjoys the whole flirting, seducing each other. She's really up for the game of love. Definitely when it comes to intimacy or when it comes to seducing one another, she's very good at seducing, I would say. She's really good at seducing. And probably this is the part of the connection that she enjoys the most. The sort of playing to this sort of cat and mouse thing, where she can sort of lure the other person in and then act totally detached, like, oh no, 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 I don't want anything, but now I want you, now I don't want you, now I want to see you, now I don't want to see you. No, no, she's a very funny girl, you know. I think that humor also plays a lot in her relationships. But when it comes to her emotional needs, it's all about the game, you know, and it's all about making it fun. She probably also gets, um, she, um, she probably gets bored easily. You know, there's something about her getting bored easily, or probably initially she feels like the attraction. I don't know why I feel like this scene. Sorry, guys. Just that I wanted to clear it because I think that it's too dark. But oh well, it's the same. I don't know what's going on today, and I did. Well, um, so and it's really funny that I have this need to get up and fix the lights because I honestly think that this is very much about Jisoo's energy. That probably she gets very distracted by exterior or external things, you know, like all of a sudden, you know, oh, my friend called me, I have to go, or something came up, I have to go. You know, there's something about her just not being able to stay still. Um, and yeah, she is very playful. She's very playful in love, and probably she loves that phase. You know, the first part. You know, the chasing, the seduction. You know, she's very sensual. She's very sensual. She's very sensual. Um, and about her emotional needs, I mean, with the lovers, um, definitely I feel again the duality, you know, with the lovers. I think that there's a duality in her, you know, especially when we think about her emotional needs. She doesn't know what she wants yet. She doesn't know what she wants. She probably is not sure. She can date people, of course, but I think that when it comes to, like, again, you know, if I have to interview Jisoo and be like, okay, what makes you happy? Like, are your emotional needs fulfilled in this connection or in a future connection? What do you think that it would take for you to be happy? And with the lovers, I think that there's something about her being like yes and no, hot and cold. Yeah, we're friends, but we are not friends. We are lovers, but we are not lovers. Always in the middle. Always in the middle. Um, and also, I think that she's very quick to respond, but she does it from a place of, I don't want to go that deep. You know, it's like, don't ask me those things. And I don't know why I think that probably her partners or her potential partners or significant other, they always are very curious about her because they see the duality. They see that she's with them, but at the same time she's like, it seems like she wants to be somewhere else. From time to time, it's like, oh yeah, I want to see you, I missed you, but then she gets weird. So her lovers also get confused about her. It's like, do you like me or am I inconvenience to you? Like, because I thought you said that you wanted this. So, um, honestly, I think that it's part of her attractiveness to be indecisive. I think that is part of the attractiveness of her. But It's a bit childish, I would say. It's a bit childish. Especially because when we think about the lovers, I think that there's this is why we have the game of love. You know, the game of love is like we are playing with each other, sort of pretending that we are in love. And we are playing this, and I'm sort of like allowing myself to play this game, to play this role with you, where I sort of pretend like I love you, or if you ask me if I love you, I would say, oh yeah, I do. But there's this feeling of like maybe she's not sure if she wants to sustain this. Because I don't see her just, in this period in her life, I think that she's like maybe focused more on herself or her self growth or discovering parts of herself. Maybe this is why we have the card of enlightenment. This is, what was it? This chakra. I cannot remember this chakra. It's not the base chakra, it's the other one. Okay. But definitely with enlightenment, I think that she's trying to find answers to what is happiness for her. And I think that if we think about the enlightenment, there's something about her being like, at the end, the journey to my enlightenment or to me getting answers is very personal. So I cannot bring my significant other or the person that I like or the person that I'm seeing, I cannot bring them along into this journey, where this journey is something that I need to do on my own. This is why I run away, or this is why sometimes I avoid them, or I avoid certain relationships, because I need a me time to go through this enlightenment. And also I think that for her it's very important to do this alone, because she's like, I also have to regain my own independency. I think that probably there's a part of her that she's very independent. She's very independent. That maybe, being emotionally or even sexually attached to someone is like, she feels like she's losing power. She feels like she's losing creativity, that she's losing her light when she is focused on a person or a situationship. This is why she doesn't stay, because she's like, I'm afraid I'm going to lose. In this period in my life, I cannot risk my ability to work on myself or to do things for myself. So yeah, I have to be selfish. I have to go towards my own enlightenment, and I have to do it alone. So the game of love, it's all fun. Definitely is distracting, is addictive. I like the other person. I like how they make me feel. They make me feel the love. They make me feel wanted. I like it. It's like a boss, it's like dancing, it's exciting. The exchange of energies, the reciprocity, the seductiveness, but she's not thinking long term, she's more thinking about herself, and probably, maybe while she is in a relationship, then she starts getting these messages or opportunities that somehow demand of her to choose for herself, and sometimes having to give up relationships because she has to focus on herself. So yeah, it's like the experience is great, but it doesn't last. Yeah, solar plexus. Thank you, Fluffy. Yeah. Yeah, and she feels You know, she feels the weight. She feels the weight. Or maybe she feels drained, you know, because I think that probably, you know, maybe Jisoo attracts partners that they are very demanding, or there's something about, I don't know how they view women in relationships over there, but maybe they expect the girlfriend to do things for the boyfriend or to do certain things for the family of the boyfriend. I don't know. But she's like, I don't have time for this. I cannot be a trad wife. Like, I have a career. I cannot. I'm sorry. I cannot stay at home and cook meals for you. I cannot. I have to go and catch a plane. Yeah. Okay, let's continue with Ateez Wooyoung. Oh, not this. Sorry, guys, I get all the text confused. Okay. Very passionate, William. Okay, for him, a beautiful face. Ace of Swords. Discovery. The base chakra. Very passionate. Very passionate. And also this is very Sagittarius. This is very for Wooyoung, for Wooyoung's energy. This is very Sagittarius, the discovery card. Definitely, I think that for him, you know, liking someone or having a crush on someone, it makes him feel alive. He feels like the passion, you know, he feels like, this is great. Yeah, when it comes to his sensual needs, definitely a beautiful face. It's like, I believe that now that I have been doing like a lot of parts of this series, I noticed that the beautiful face has come out a lot. A lot. Has come out very frequently. The beautiful face. So definitely he has a thing with beautiful faces or beautiful features or cute features. He pays attention to this. Definitely, he does pay attention. And probably he doesn't focus on other parts of the body, but the face has to be beautiful. Yeah, with his emotional needs, I think that for his emotional needs, there's something about him. For him, if you want to make him happy, be honest with him. You know, the Ace of Swords, it's a very cutthroat card that is sort of also draws boundaries, and I think that it's a very straightforward energy that it's about the communication or the beginning of communication. I think that for him, as long as he has the possibility to have very meaningful conversations with the people that he loves, he feels fulfilled. He feels happy. He feels like he can invest in connections. For him, communication and honesty, and I would say even very raw honesty. I can sort of see him being the one that probably brings out uncomfortable conversations or certain topics that maybe there's people that are a bit sensitive, like, oh no, we don't talk about that. But for Juyeon, it's like, I'm going to say it anyways, because it's what keeps me sane, to be able to speak up and tell my truth and say what I want to say. And I do this as a sign of having healthy connections. You know, there's something about him being like, yeah, sometimes I'm going to say a few things or state my truth that maybe some people are not ready to see it or are not ready to receive it, but I have to talk. I have to initiate this. I cannot just keep silent. So I don't know if there's something about him probably in the past that he was told to be silent or he was told to hush. It's like you talk too much. And because for him, communication and emotions are attached. So probably if he gets very emotional or if he gets emotionally affected by something, he starts talking. Maybe out of nervousness or because he's really upset or he's feeling emotional, that he starts talking and spilling the tea and talking. This is his tool, I would say, and I think that he's very straightforward about this. Like for me, my emotional need is that you receive this communication that I'm giving you, because I don't want misunderstandings. I don't want you to get misunderstood by me. I don't want you to get mistaken by who you think that I am. So this is why I'm going to take the initiative and I'm going to tell you a few things about me, because this is how I manage my relationships. I communicate. I tell you the harsh truth that maybe no one wants to tell you, but I'm going to be the one because I love you. So yeah. Yeah, probably he's not very liked because of this. He's not, or maybe there's people that want to restrict him and be like, don't say those things, don't say those things. And he's like, why not? If I see it, I call it like the way I see it. Yeah. And also it's his love language. It's his love language. The more he cares about you, probably the more talkative he gets. But yeah, with the card of discovery. See, he's a very self-aware person. He's a very self-aware person. And probably in connections or when he really likes someone or when he feels the attraction, it can be a love interest, it can be a family member, it can be his teammates, people that he loves. He cares so deeply that he gets passionate about them. And I think that he's all the time paying attention. He's all the time observing. He's all the time discovering something about the dynamic. Probably he's in, I don't know, his family, he's the one family member that found out the correlation between their past traumas and what they're going through today. There's something about Wooyoung just being a very key element in the dynamic or in the life of the people that he loves. This is why we have the card of discovery, because he's so awakened, I would say, and he's so outspoken that even if it triggers you what he says, he's actually being very honest. He's like, I seen this truth, so I'm going to call it for what it is. And he also notices that there's people that just want to live in denial. There's something about his energy feeling like, wow, you guys really don't want to change. You really want to keep things being the same, and then you complain. Then you complain about your lives and your relationships, but you guys don't change. You don't do the inner work. You don't analyze. You don't study your relationships. You look the other way. It's like, for me, I cannot help it. I see it, I discover it, I unveil it, and I show it to you. Because we cannot advance in a connection I feel like there's something about a generational trauma that he's like, I will not make that in my relationships. I will not bring this trauma into my relationships. You used to hush in the past and hide things. I discovered that, I paid attention, and I decided I don't want to do that for my future family or my future partner or my future, friendships. He's like, no, I'm not a liar. I'm not a liar. So he's like, I'm not going to be the popular guy, but I'm not going to remain silent either. Staff members have told him to shut up in the past, but he will speak up about things that are important to him. He's so honest. He's very fast. And also probably he has a great sense of justice. The Ace of Swords. He brings clarity. Okay, I'm going to continue with Simon Dominic. I believe this is a rapper. So his name sounds familiar for me. I know I heard of him. Simon Dominic. He's definitely very a warrior, I would say. We start with Ethos and Thanatos for him. We have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have Discouragement. This is like the third eye chakra. So, yeah, I think that when it comes to his sensual needs, and this is also something that is very fitting when I read for G-Dragon. I believe he also got Eros and Thanatos, and I believe he also got like a Knight. I believe he got a Knight of Wands, or I don't know. There was, I believe it was a Wands suit, but there was something about him also feeling there's a lot of warriors in the picture. So probably for Simon Dominic, it's also very similar, the energy, that when it comes to his emotional needs or his sensual needs, there's something about him probably just feeling like he has to fight, or he has to compete with others to get someone's attention. I think that when it comes to sensual things, he has to get very proactive, and probably he has to be insistent. And there's something about that connections or his fulfillment when it comes to sensual and emotional needs. It takes a lot of effort, and sometimes it just ends up with nothing. Because with the kind of discouragement, there's a part of him feeling like all this effort for nothing. So I wonder if relationships are really challenging for him. He can have sustained relationships, but we are talking here about sensual and emotional needs. So when we think about him really meeting these needs, or him really being satisfied, I think that he really is in this warrior mode where things seems very challenging for him. He feels, at least his energy feels like he has to put a lot of effort. Maybe the other part, or the person that he likes, or the person that he gives his affection to, doesn't reciprocate that much, or maybe the person is very demanding. So there's something about him feeling alone and doing the hard work. So this is why, in his case, I sort of see him being like, why do I put all my energy when I know this is going to end at some point, or this person is going to leave me, or I'm going to leave them, or we are not going to last, actually. There's something about, him not knowing that if the relationship is going to last or not. Nevertheless, when it comes to his emotional needs, he's very loyal. He's a very loyal person. The Knight of Pentacles is someone that keeps going, keeps showing up. He's in there, putting the effort. He may be a bit slow, but he's consistent. So he's a very loyal partner. This is why I think that maybe this is the reason why maybe there's situations where he feels like his needs are taken for granted, because he's so committed or he's so loyal that the person is like, oh yeah, you're always there. Yeah, you will come back. No matter how I treat you, you're going to come back. Or you're going to keep insisting. Even if I treated you poorly, you're going to come back and you're going to buy me a present, or you're going to give me something beautiful. I don't know why I feel like some materialistic things in here. The Knight of Pentacles is not so much about like, oh, I'm going to buy you roses and everything. But I don't know why I see him doing the effort, putting the effort, and just being very consistent, being very patient, not also being very respectful. He probably waits. If the person is like, no, let's take this slow because I'm not sure if I want to date you, a lot of excuses. And he sort of hangs around and he waits. So yeah, it feels like, because he's also a protector. The Knight of Pentacles, he gives me this guy that is like a protector, that he will wait for you. I don't know how many hours, but he will wait for you to take you home or to make sure that you arrive safely. He's a very silent guy. He shows you love and appreciation through appearances, not appearances, through presence. There's something about him showing up to events that you care, or, to important dates, And he's probably also very generous with his money. But he's also very cautious. So I don't see him, when it comes to his emotional needs, I don't see him demanding something of the person. I don't see him being like, yeah, I gave you this, like, when are you going to reciprocate? Because I'm always giving you. I'm always generous. Why are, he's sort of a very silent person. He's a very silent person. He's sort of stands in there and just waits. He's like very hopeful, waiting for someday to get his chance or his love back, to get. But because I think that he's very silent. He doesn't communicate his needs very clearly. He doesn't talk that much. He shows you with presence or with actions that he cares. And probably this is why the other person, I would sort of see it, that they sort of walk all over him, because he's loyal. This is why we have the card of discouragement, because also the third eye chakra, his intuition is kicking in, and he's like, wake up and realize that this person is not treating you correctly. This is not fair. This is not fair. Like, you don't deserve to be treated like this. Like, choose better. Choose better. Like, don't get fixated on people that treat you poorly or that they disrespect you. Like, please, choose better. Please, like, do it. Like, have some self-respect. Like, please. Like, but I think that probably there's a part of him that he feels very sad. He gets very sad and just very sorry for himself. And he's like, oh my God, I'm again in this situation. Why? But yeah, it's like, yeah, you have the perception, you have the, you sort of seeing it with your third eye, but you don't do much about it. So what about this? What is going on with you that you get, that you are sort of seeing things happening, or you probably see it unfold before it happens, and you don't do anything to prevent it. It's like you have the gift of intuition or of observation, and you see in your own needs being ignored. So what does that say about you, that you let this happen? So yeah, he has to trust more his intuition, and also he has to work on his self-esteem, because it's like, come on, draw a boundary, something. Oh my, poor guy. I wouldn't be surprised he's a Taurus moon, because he seems very slow, like in decision making. It's like he gets stuck with that situation and he doesn't move on. He's 40. I don't know why I thought he was younger. Especially because of the silences. So many silences. It's like he's just there, waiting for the person to recognize that he's a very loyal person, actually. He's a good guy. It's just that he's not that expressive, he's not that confrontative, so yeah. The other person probably saw this coming, and they're like, oh, okay. I'm going to walk all over you. Guys, please don't forget to leave a like to the live stream if you can. I don't know what's going on these days, that I do have a lot of viewers on the live stream. Usually I don't have that many. Usually it's just 10 people tops. Which I personally love, because we are all chatting. Because I didn't put anything on the title, so it's not. But maybe this series is popular. Okay, I'm going to continue with 17 Mingyu. The replay, you say, Samara? Yeah, I noticed that. It's actually doing very well. I appreciate it, because it when I decided to do the live streams and not the reams for the channel, it was like a whole adventure for this year. So I'm glad it's paying off. Okay, I want to read for 17 Mingyu. So there's something about these people in communication. It's, again, he gets the card of taking the plunge. This card also, for this series, it came out a lot. We've seen it a lot. Definitely, we've seen it a lot. And for Mingyu again, Page of Swords and self-esteem. So yeah. I mean, I love this taking the plunge because when I think about his sensual needs, definitely, literally there's a lot of fishes in the sea or in the ocean. So I think that with taking the plunge, he's a very brave guy, I would say. We know he's very popular. When I read for him, I always get this vibe also of him getting a lot of female attention, not just from the fans, but also from very influential women or women in power or women that that maybe are from the industry. He gets all the eyes, definitely. This is not, and I think that this is very is very important to sort of remark because sometimes an idol can have a lot of fans or can have a lot of people praise their beauty and being like, okay, because it's my favorite, for me it's like the sexiest man. But I think that in the case of Mingyu, there's something about him being considered attractive or sexual or sensual by not regular, but by real people. I mean, not fans, just people that meet him or just are around or transit probably his own, are from the same circle. I don't know why I get business people. I swear I get business people, business meetings, events, you know. He's very wanted. He's very wanted. And with taking the plunge, I think that when it comes to his sensual needs, he's open. He's open. He wants to explore his own sensuality, his own sexuality. I think that he's very. This is why in this card we do have a lot of naked people in this deck because it's a sexual one. But I think that the freedom that we see in this card in taking the plunge, I think that it shows how graceful Mingyu is in this situation of him feeling wanted, especially sexually. It's like he's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I know I'm wanted, or I can sort of see it. He's also very intuitive, so it's not so much about like, oh yeah, because they told me, so I know. He's very observant himself, so he's like, yeah, I know that I have a lot of options or I have a lot of invitations. It's like he knows when someone invites him to an event, he knows the intentions. And I think that he feels very flattered by this. He feels very free. And he's open. I don't see him. I definitely think that he definitely takes care of himself, like what he says and what he shows to the public, of course, because of his career. But when it comes to his sensuality or his sexuality, he loves himself when it comes to his appearance. He loves maybe the shape of his body, or he loves how he looks physically. He works out and he loves the results, or he gets a lot of praises. So he's so, in that aspect, he's so comfortable. He's like, do I have to take my clothes off? Okay, I will take them off. He's not shy at all. He's not like, oh my God, everyone is watching me. Oh no. No, he's not. I mean, he's like, I will do it. I will do it. I know I'm sexy. I know it. But yeah, again, with the emotional needs, we have the Page of Swords. So yeah, again, another idol. I think that we got a lot of swords in this series today, for the male idols especially. And I think that for him, I mean, he also is someone that maybe it has to do with his beauty, but probably when he talks prematurely. And maybe there's people that see him as a bit childish. Like when he communicates something, he's not taken that seriously, honestly. The Page of Swords also, I think that he feels very angry when when people interrupt him, or when people put words in his mouth that he didn't say, when people try to sort of twist his words. He gets so angry at this. He's like, that's not what I meant. That's not what I wanted to communicate. This is not what I wanted. Um, and I think that for him, he's trying to be these days as honest as he can be. But honestly, being the page of swords, it's a very initial stages, so he can still act a bit like a teenager from time to time. So maybe people don't take him seriously. And when we think about his emotional needs, I think that there's a bit of anger in Mingyu. Probably when he expresses a need, he gets on the defensive and he probably gets very aggressive or he gets very agitated. Because for him, if you ask him, what do you need? He's like, I don't need anything. Like he gets on the defensive right away. He's like, what do you mean with need? I don't have needs. I'm well. I'm okay on my own. He has that very, vigilant kind of energy, like, what you mean? I don't need anything. I'm okay. So there's this defensiveness, There's something also probably about him not wanting to get that emotional, not wanting to get that sensitive. Him probably also not wanting to get closer to what it means to think about his needs, his individual needs, or maybe his sentimental needs. I think that he feels like he has to defend himself all the time. And he's probably a bit angry about his emotional needs. Because I think that there was a time where he actually had his emotional needs met and someone destroyed it for him. Or someone restricted this, or they were like, not anymore. I don't know if it's like a past relationship, if he broke up with someone, or if something happened that he had to interrupt this. So there's something about him going back to his heart chakra, I would say, to his feelings or to his needs, and he's like, don't you dare to talk to me about feelings. I will not let you. So for him, it's a very sensitive matter. I would say he's very hurt, and he's still a bit resentful about thinking about that. Thinking about this sensitive part of himself. That he feels that maybe someone took away from him, or someone restricted him, and they were like, you cannot do this. You cannot do this. So this is why, if you ask him about this, he gets all like, no, I don't need anything. So yeah. And then, we have the card of self-esteem. So again, I think that, like I mentioned, I don't know if you can hear me well, guys. Like I mentioned here, that when it comes to his sensuality, his power of attraction, his body, the way he moves and everything, is very fluently, he's having fun and everything. But when it comes to the matters of his heart and probably also what makes him happy, or actually what it has to do with his self-esteem, there's a part of him that he still has to nourish his self-esteem. I would say that him loving his body and him loving his sensuality and him loving the attention and him, being proud of the way his body looks, or, that he is a very successful person, a very healthy person in this aspect. I think that in his sensual, sexual part, there's not an issue. But this doesn't mean that he has self-esteem. It just means that he loves his body, or he loves how he looks, or he just takes the praises as they come, But it's very different to have a very healthy self-esteem. And I think that still he's working on this. From time to time, he can also feel his energy, because usually he's a very passionate guy. But from time to time, I can sort of see his fire sort of putting out a bit. His fire slowing down, actually, a bit. He sometimes loses motivation, even though he's a very passionate guy. But there's moments where his energy drops. And I think that it has to do with him still not being able to get this fully self-esteem. And probably there's a part of him that he's like, maybe he would find that self-esteem if he would have like a long-term relationship, I would say. Maybe he was able to date whoever he wants to date, or to see whoever he wants to see. Maybe back then he would be able to recover his self-esteem. But I think that something happened, something, they cut his autonomy or his ability to choose. They restricted him, so this is why he's a bit angry at this whole emotional thing. And it's affecting his self-esteem. There's a part of him that feels empty. Even though I'm wanted, emotionally, my needs are not met. So, he probably blames himself. He's like, why can't I have a relationship? Why can't I, protect my relationship? He probably is someone that maybe when he falls in love, he's not thinking like the idol, the typical idol. He just falls in love and he falls in love. He's not thinking like, oh my God, like, is this correct? Is this appropriate? No, he's thinking like a man of his age. Could it be his emotional needs are a bit questionable? Just wondering. I think that he wants a stable relationship, or he had a stable relationship, and they are like cut it. And this is why he's so, like, he's somehow resentful towards, the romantic, like, thinking about, like, oh, okay, the typical question, like, what would you do on an ideal date? He's like, I had my ideal date with someone and you guys broke it. Something like this. But yeah, I think that he's a bit resentful about this. He's like, I can totally see it like a guy that could be in a long-term relationship. But it's not easy. I think that it's not, it would end his career. So, he has to make sacrifices. Yeah. He's a probably a very sentimental guy, and probably he he relates a lot on his partner or on the person that he has this intimate relationship with. You know, he probably he finds support in that person, and this is what he's missing. You know, this is what he's missing. Yeah, I kind of agree what Fluffy says, that I think that there are no placements for mean people. Any sign can be mean in their own way. Exactly, Fluffy. I agree with that very much with this. And also, I don't know why people, especially when they, there's something about like, okay, we can use tarot, astrology, whatever, you know, any tool that you want, but to put labels on people, you know, to be like, oh, because you have this placement, you know, you have the potential of being like this. I think that that's not that's not the right way to go. Like, I remember back in the days, astrology wasn't used for that. Like, I don't know why people are so obsessed, like, with sort of trying to find a pattern to put everyone in that pattern, you know. And it's a bit insulting, actually, because if you do have some of those placements, you're going to be like, no, but I'm not like that. No, there's a lot of, it's not just about astrology. There's a lot of factors why a person would be mean. Um, and, you know, but yeah, there's a lot of like, on Twitter, there's also a lot of like threads, you know, of people just creating this, in Tumblr also, you know, they create these posts and they're like, oh, you know, what are you? Are you this number or are you this sign? Because with numerology, they do the same. And I'm like, you know, we people, we are more than a sign, or we are more than placements. It has to do with your circumstances. You know, you cannot, you know, it's, yeah, he's very single-minded. Or reading something about their placement and owning it, yes, or not. Yeah, but in the meantime, it's not going to change who you are, you know, yeah. Yeah, I just read it, but I didn't take it seriously. It surprised me that some moms were talking about their daughters being like that and being like, oh my God. Oh no, please don't do it. Yeah, there's some like people with like that at first you read it because you're like, this is funny, you know, like this starts like a funny story. But then, you know, like I think that it's not like, because you can talk about your experience or write a post, but people in the comment section, they take it as information or proof. So I'm calling Negrita. This is why I'm doing these sounds. Don't show your. Sorry, guys. She's not. No, don't. She's I'm sorry. Okay, bye. She's looking for food and water. Oh my God, this cat is so scandalous. I swear, I swear, I swear. She'll show what she wants, exactly. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. She's so. It's just that that's what she does because she's friendly. She shows you her part. But yeah, wait guys, that I'm going to feed her. Going to feed her because. Wait. I just gave her some food. This is what she wanted. Okay. I'm going to continue with Wu Lei, the Chinese actor. Let's see. Okay. Mm. Mm. Okay, for him we have the sweet surrender card. We have the Four of Cups. And we have the card of seek or searching, but I would say seek. It's also the throat chakra. So I think that, yeah, for this actor, for Boulay, um, I would say that especially when it comes to him being sensual or his sexual part, with Sweet Surrender, I think that definitely he's very good at seducing, and he knows that he's really good at seducing or flirting. I think that he probably loves the whole process of flirting with someone, taking it slow. He also is a very interesting mix of feminine and masculine. I don't think that he forces attraction or he forces connections. I think that he's very gentle. He's very gracious, and definitely he's beautiful, and probably he knows how to work this beauty to his advantage. But for him, it's more like, attracting the person or seducing the person slowly. He's very patient as well. But I think that he loves the feeling of um, seeing this sort of surrender. Um, yeah, for him it has to be very gentle. It's like dancing, it has to be very gentle, very mutual. Um, I think that also he's very interested in people that are interested in him as well. He doesn't pay attention to people that probably they don't like him, or if you probably are someone that you talk bad about him and he knows or he finds out, or you start criticizing him, he doesn't find that attractive. So if you try to play hard to get and just being annoying, I don't think he will take it very well. But But yeah, like you said, Fluffy, the Four of Cups, yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, about his emotional needs, I would say, yeah, he's a guy that probably he has his emotional needs met. I would say he has them even before him realizing what they are. There's something about people being very intuitive around him and sort of giving him love, attention. I don't know if maybe he was a very wanted child, even. That there's something about people just wanting him to be happy. There's something about them wanting him to be a happy kid, a happy boy. And I think as he grew older, there's something about him knowing what it feels to be satiated when it comes to your emotional needs. He doesn't know what is not, when you don't get the love. He usually gets the love. But I think that also with the Four of Cups, there's this sort of emptiness, this feeling of like, yeah, I'm used to always receiving, that there's moments where I wonder if I deserve it. There's something about him probably feeling a bit lazy emotionally, because it's like I don't have to do much and you guys already give me all your love, or you give me all these positive feelings, and like I appreciate them, but there's moments where I wonder if I should fight more or do more for the love that I'm receiving. I think that he has grown a bit apathic because he's sort of used to receiving it. So he's like, I wish there was a bit much more of. I mean, he's sort of being philosophical about it. You know, like he's grateful. He's like, yeah, because I actually don't see him like a fighter. You know, I don't see him just feeling the attraction towards what's complicated and being like, oh, you know, I'm going to go and fight for an unrequired love or for someone that is harsh on me or is not nice to me and I'm going to fall in love with that person. No, I think that he's sort of used to the good vibes, you know, the reciprocity, the loving, you know, the people being very expressive towards him, also being like, we love you, we appreciate you, you're amazing, you know. So I think that there's something about him being like, I'm used to this kind of exchange, you know, for me. And probably he's also surrounded by people that talk a lot about love. You know, they, it's not that they say like, oh, we love you because you do this for us. No, it's more like they really genuinely love him. And they talk about how how he makes people feel. You know, there's something about maybe, I don't know if people praise him and they are like, because you make me happy. When I see you, I'm happy. So he's like, wow, I'm happy you're happy, you know. But at the same time, I think that sometimes he wonders what would happen if I would have to chase this happiness or this fulfillment by myself. You know, what would happen if one day people would stop loving me? Like, how would I recover from this? I think that he has sort of like questions, you know, he wonders, like, one day this that I've been given is going to run out. So how do I go after, you know, the first rejection, or how do people do to survive when they don't get the love or when they don't get their needs met? Because yeah, we have here the seek or searching. So, and this is also the throat chakra. So he definitely has a lot of curiosity, you know, and he also with the throat chakra, I think that he also wants to talk about it, and maybe people don't let him talk about it because he's becoming a bit philosophical. I don't know if he already is philosophical, but I think that he's like, you know, I'm curious about, like, you know, I'm very grateful that I get the love, that my needs are met, but you know, what happens when your needs aren't met, or what happens when you don't get the love that you need or that you deserve? So he sort of has, and he's probably a bit bored in his life. You know, there's probably not much going on emotionally. He probably has connections with people, but I think that he's not connecting that much. So this is why he's sort of thinking about the duality. You know, he's sort of looking for answers because his life seems to be very good, but he's sort of like, you know, having suspicious, like, you know, how do people live? You know, he's searching for a deeper meaning as well. He probably is also searching for a teacher. You know, with the throat chakra, I think that he definitely wants to take some lessons, or he wants to talk to some teachers, and just have this very this whole learning process where he can expand and express this curiosity that he has, maybe about life, about relationships, but it's like, I need to know more. I want to get into this learning process more. He's feeling very curious. He's feeling very curious. He wants to get some answers. And I don't know, maybe they don't let him, but he's like, I'm curious. Uh, yeah, Boulay is very popular in this channel. Like, I think I had read for him quite a while, quite often, and I like it. I like it because, you know, I'm also starting to watch certain C-dramas. I don't know if I watched already something of his, um, but yeah, I'm loving these recommendations. Okay, I'm going. Also, I'm watching. Currently, I'm watching the C drama that I'm watching is a Love Game. Love Game. I don't know the rest of the title. Is it Love Game Western? I don't know. But I'm I'm loving that. It's very funny. The actress is so funny. I like her acting. Ah, watch Nirvana in Fire. Ah, okay. Nirvana in Fire. Okay, I will watch. Thank you, Fluffy. I will watch. Okay, I'm going to continue with the Stray Kids Felix. Felix is special, definitely. Okay, for Felix, we have the card of balance and unity. Balance and unity. Page of Pentacles. Why do I put it here? And creation. The crown chakra. Creation. Felix is a very special child. Yeah, Felix from Stray Kids. Felix is a very special. He's a very special child. I get his vibe. That again, this is probably I don't know why when I say child, I think especially when I have the card of creation in here, you know, with the crown chakra. I think that from the moment he was not perceived, the moment he was created, the moment that Felix was conceived, he is a special soul. I think that first of all he's very wanted. He probably, I don't know, maybe his mother had a lot of desires to have him, or I don't know, maybe she had a lot of troubles conceiving, or maybe, you know, the pregnancy was a bit like, you know, I think that he was very wanted. They waited a lot for Felix, definitely. And I think that it reflects in his energy. When it comes to his emotional needs, you know, his sensual needs, he says balance and unity. So when it comes to his sensual needs, I would say he's a very, at this point in his life, he wants this balance and unity. I think that he expects his potential partner or the person that he loves or that he feels an attraction towards that person. He expects this person to reciprocate, you know, to be consistent in his love or in the attention that they put to him. You know, I think that maybe in the past he had, if he had, I don't know, a special someone, maybe this person was very erratic, or this person changed their minds a lot of times, and they would argue a lot about that. And I think that there's something about Felix not being happy about this. You know, he's a very sensual guy, but I think that he wants reciprocity. Out of all the things, It's not that he has a type or that he has like, oh no, this is the kind of people that I'm interested in, or this is my type of person that I like. They have to have this sort of like feature. He's not, he's open. He's like, you know, as long as the connection feels genuine and he feels like there's interest, I think that there's something about probably just Felix doesn't like to be left alone, liking or feeling attraction or love towards someone. You know, he doesn't want to be felt, to be left feeling like he is the only one that puts the effort, or that this is one-sided. You know, I see him very focused on this. You know, I have the, you know, this is like the central part and this is like his emotional needs. So definitely these things have to live together and have to be in balance, the sensual part and the emotional part. But he's like, I know I'm very young, you know, with the Page of Pentacles, there's something about him understanding that he's very young. He probably doesn't have that many experiences to be like, okay, yeah, my emotional needs are this and this and this, and this is what I need, and this is what I don't need. And no, I don't think that he's that experienced. But I think that the good thing about Felix is that he's like, when it's mutual and when I feel like I'm reciprocated, and that that person is consistent with me and their love for me and their care for me, I put all my efforts to this person. You know, I don't keep I only have eyes for that person. I only focus for that person. I only work towards that connection. I'm only focused on that. So definitely his attention is like, once he likes someone, it's that person. But I think that in order for him to feel secure enough to keep advancing and putting the effort and being so hardworking in relationships, he has to feel the unity. He has to feel the union. If he feels left out, or if he feels abandoned, or if he feels like this is not reciprocated and that he's the only one looking and waiting and hoping for the other person to treat him better, I think that he sort of learned that, no, I want something balanced. I will not, you know, again fall for childish people or people that don't know what they want. You know, I deserve better. Like, but he's also like embracing that he's just starting, you know, in this lifetime, I would say. You know, he doesn't have all the answers, but he's willing to put the work. So since he's willing to put the work and he's also very consistent, very loyal, he's like, I have to be selective. I have to keep focusing and seeing that if this person maintains their love and their affection for me, is the person for me. They are going to make me happy. But if they are all like wishy-washy, like, oh yeah, I don't know if I want to see you today, oh yeah, I don't know if I'm interested, and then he has to walk away. Because it sort of drains his energy. You know, Felix is very special, like I mentioned at the beginning. I think that he's not, his soul is not prepared for a push and pull and very dramatic connection. He's not built like that. You know, actually his soul craves connection and craves unity. So he definitely wants a special someone. Definitely he does. He's searching for it. He's looking for it, for that complement, you know, for the other half, I would say. But he's also looking for consistency. He's like, okay, I want to make sure this person is not going to abandon me, or is not going to leave me alone in this connection, feeling like I'm the only one putting the effort. Because definitely he's always thinking about the person that he likes, or the person that makes him happy, or the relationship that he wants to achieve. He's someone that he's always thinking. He's always missing the person. You know, he's always like, he's very consistent. You know, he's not like, oh, lovey-dovey. Like, he probably doesn't say that much, but yeah, like if the person that he likes is very close to him, he's like all the time, his attention is only for that person, only for that person. And in his mind, he's thinking different ways to make that person feel special. And yeah, with the card of creation, see, I mean, I think that definitely Felix, sort of life path or his life purpose is to create in connections. He probably is a very wise soul. He probably has knowledge. He knows things that maybe this lifestyle of him being an idol is a bit superficial for actually how deep he is or how transformative his aura feels. He feels like his energy is so, I don't want to say angelic, because I think that's like, but I think that he's someone that he's going to make the differences. He's going to make the difference in people's life. He's special. He's a special person. And also with the part of creation, every relationship he has, every connection he has, family, friends, lovers, it's all for creation. It's all to create, So this is why he doesn't waste time, and he doesn't want his time to be wasted with people that don't want anything from him, because he's like, I'm a creator. I create relationships. I build. He's such a cutie. The first vibe that I got is that he was so wanted. Like even before he was born, he's sent from the heavens. Okay, guys. I don't know what curious they're coming here. No idea, because since I'm not, probably stays here, they know Argentinian states, but I have no idea. Yeah, Fanny, he's so special. His aura feels so special. And I love this, that he's a creator. He's not a destroyer. He's a creator. Okay, I'm going to continue with the last one, twice Tui, and then I'm going to go. Okay. For Tui, we have, this card is hilarious. We have the card of jealousy and possessiveness. This is so Tui. Ace of Cups and balance, the third eye chakra. Yeah. Definitely, Tui is another one with the Ace of Cups. I think that it's probably one, if not the only one of these people that I read for today that they actually, yeah, she does have her emotional needs met. She does have them. She does have them. And I think that she is really loved. She's really loved. Like, I think that probably her circle is very intimate, with this, I'm not talking about fans or people on the internet. No, I'm talking about real love. The presence of your loved ones. People teaching you how to receive love and also how to give love. I think that she's very complete. She's a very complete person. Besides being an idol and everything, as a woman, she is very completed. She's very fulfilled emotionally. And when it comes to the sensual needs, I think that definitely with jealousy and possessiveness, it's so twee in the sense that I think that definitely she does attract people that want to possess her and people that are a bit jealous of the attention that she gets. I think that probably her sensuality or her sexuality makes the other person feel insecure. So there's something about people just wanting her, seeing her attractiveness, but at the same time being very jealous of her, wanting to restrict her, wanting her for themselves. There's a lot of jealousy. So I think that for her, probably her sensuality, she feels it like a trap, because she probably attracts jealous people, or she attracts, people that get fixated on her and her appearance and her sensuality or her sexuality. I think that for her it's like, you guys get too fixated on me. Like, I don't do that. Like, my spirit doesn't work like that. She's a very free, independent person. She hates jealousy and possessiveness, and this is what she attracts, actually. Or I would say her image attracts, because I think that definitely she's like, guys, what I show on camera or what I do on camera, it's part of my job. Actually, my inner thoughts or my inner feelings, I keep them in a very private setting or in a very private community with the people that I trust or the people that really know me. I think that she's like, yeah, if I show or if I am a bit provocative, it's part of the job. It's what I do. It's what I play. It's a sort of role that I play. But I think that definitely she gets a lot of jealousy and possessiveness. And maybe if she also dates someone, they can get a bit jealous and possessive of her own success, or maybe if she has male fans, this person being very possessive. I mean, like, why do these men are after you? Like, why did you do something? Like, why are they so obsessed with you? That's gross. So I think that for her it's like, definitely when people get like that, with that heavy in energy towards her, trying to control her or trying to tell her what to do, I think that that's when she gets rid of them. She's like, bye. She's like, bye. I don't have time to hear you talk like that. Like, if you don't get it, bye. Sorry if you're too insecure, sorry. Because, again, with the Ace of Cups, she definitely has a very strong system of support. So this is why she takes no BS, because she has a great system of support around her that lets her know that, you don't hang with people, you don't keep people in your life that try to restrict you or try to change you or try to manipulate you. She has a lot of emotional intelligence because, well, maybe I think that when I see the Ace of Cups, definitely I get a lot of female energy. So maybe, yeah, the members, her family, her mother, I don't know if she has sisters, but there's like a huge community of female energy and also very powerful women that they share this knowledge with her, and they are like, you don't take that. But at the same time, I think that also Tui is very capable and she's very intelligent to be able to figure out this on her own. She definitely is very observant, and I think that one of the things that she hates the most is to feel like a possession. She doesn't want to. It's like, she's like, okay, yeah, it's part of my job. I understand there's some people that can objectify me. I understand it. I have fans. I also show myself in camera. I know people have pictures of me. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not of your property. I'm not that kind of person. And mostly not in a connection. She's like, if you want to be with me or if you want to be part of my life, you cannot be jealous. You cannot be this toxic, this possessive, because I don't do that. Like, I don't tolerate this. This is toxic behavior. I don't, like, I think that she doesn't even respond, you know, if she has like a lover or someone that is sort of trying to accuse her of something, she's like, bye. You know, like silence. She doesn't even stay to give like an answer. She's like, I will leave you alone talking to yourself because I, I don't waste my time in this. Sorry. Like this. You know, and also we have the card of balance. So see, this is another indigo child, like a very special child, just like I said for Felix. I think that Tui also, she has this, she's also very spiritual. She has a very strong, a special aura. Probably her mission in the life of the people that she's part of, you know, being part of the group, being part of her community, is all to bring balance. This is why sometimes she doesn't give a straight answer to things, or she doesn't show a sort of attitude. She's sort of neutral all the time. Because she sort of lets the other people that probably have like a stronger, more complex personalities to, you know, it's like, you guys act yourselves. I will remain here trying to bring the balance to the group. While you guys are arguing and everything, is like, I remain here strong and unmovable. You're not going to move me from here. I'm going to wait until the mess is over or the discussion is over, but I bring the balance. So she's very mature. She's very mature for her age. She's a great problem solver at the same time. She's like the one that probably, even with a joke, or it doesn't have to be that serious, but she has a very key role in her people's life, that she's like, when everyone is going crazy, I just remain neutral and I don't freak out. Even though she does freak out herself, she has feelings, definitely she has feelings, she has uncertainty, like everyone. It's just that she's like, I cannot lose the balance while the others are freaking out. I have just 10. So, you know, I keep the balance that they don't have right now. She's very intelligent, she's very intelligent. She's very wise at the same time, very mature, very mature. But yeah, about relationships, you're not going to get her to, you know, to be like a sort of like devoted wife, you know, and just leave everything behind. She's like, I'm not your toy, I'm not your property. I'm not, I don't do that. Mm. Mm. Not talking about the toxic people in the room, but being possessive, reasonable, doesn't necessarily being insecure or toxic. Yeah, I agree, Fluffy. Yeah, I agree. It's just that in this context, yeah, possessiveness and jealousy is being portrayed as, you know, fear of abandonment. You know, like you don't want to let me go. You are like desperate. You know. But yeah, I understand what you say. Yeah, definitely. I agree. I agree. I am a possessive person. And I don't see it as being, you know, toxic. I think that It doesn't have to get toxic, because I don't see people or partners as possessions, but I do value them, so I worry, or I pay extra attention, and probably sort of being, paying extra attention to the people that you love. Maybe you can come off a bit as possessive, but for me it's like because I'm paying attention. This is why I'm possessive, because I don't want something to happen to them. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. But yeah, I agree that possessive it doesn't have to be that. Um, it doesn't have to be that negative. I don't think. Um, um, mm. I think being possessive can mean you have a lot of love to give and are very focused on one person, and it can be about other things, other relationships. Yeah, like you are passionate about too. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. I'm a bit tired. I have a bit of a headache. And I was noticing, like, I have to sort of change the lights, because I don't know if the tree that I have here with the Buddha, I think that is making these weird, like, sort of lines. Remember that there was a time that I had the same issue with another lighting. I don't know what it was, but it was like that. And I had to change it. But yeah, today I have dark circles also under my eyes, but it's because I didn't put of any makeup, because it's so hot in here that I was like, no makeup, no makeup, no makeup. And also my hair is like this because of the humidity. But it's also because I did wash it today, so usually I try to dry it, but it's like this. Thank you, guys. It's just that um, thank you, guys. Yeah, my cousin gave it to me. She gave it to me. She gave it as a present. So I was like, oh, I'm going to use it. It's an onyx. The stone is onyx. It's a yellow onyx. So let's see how long this lasts, because remember that I had an onyx ring that exploded during the live stream? Remember, guys, that I had the black onyx ring, and we were doing a live stream, and all of a sudden it fell apart, and it sort of fell off my finger, and it was all in pieces. I don't have luck with onyx. Like as soon as I get them, I always they fall, or they break, or they. It's not that they break, they crack. It's not that they break entirely, but I always like have trouble with onyx. So yeah. Yeah, it was black. The one in the ring, it was black. And I had it for quite a while, and until on one live stream, it just couldn't take it anymore with the energy. It was like, "Oh, sorry, I'm going to fall. I'm going to break into pieces." Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Let's see. Mhm. We had a certain. Like, I was talking with with a friend that she sometimes she buys certain stones, and she sells them, and I was telling her about the crazy stories I have with crystals. Yeah, guys, what do you think of today? Do you want me to do a part 4, and then I mean next Wednesday? I'm going to do a final part 4, and then, because we are going to be entering soon Sagittarius season, so maybe for the romantic or the romantic Wednesdays series, we can change subjects a bit. But I can do a part 4 if you guys have other suggestions, because I noticed I did write certain suggestions. How many did I read today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. I did manage to get 8 for today, but usually I get like 10, 11. So I was like, maybe people are running out of ideas. Um, Yay, finally. Ah, onyx is sensitive. Yeah, guys, whatever you enjoy. Yeah, I love this. I learned all the time with these readings. I love the cards that I get. But yeah, maybe, maybe on part 4 we can add more Chinese actors and actresses. It's just that people, I don't know why people sometimes in the community post, and I will have to sort of make a clarification in there, because people in the community post, they put like recommendations for friendships or relationship readings between a person and the other person. I'm like, this is an individual reading. Like they don't understand the dynamic. So I will probably have to put like a disclaimer. I had said Hewon. Uh-huh. Hewon? Ah, okay. Okay. Didn't I read Momo Akira for this? Ah, okay, for June. 17th June? Okay. Didn't I read for Momo? Wait. No, I didn't. Okay. Okay. I didn't. I don't, maybe because I'm confusing this because I read for her for the Scorpio season and maybe another series, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was the Scorpio season. No, I didn't read for her. Okay. I added her. Yeah, I got confused. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I will read for Onion on Saturday. But I did read for Onion. I think I did for. Wait. Why do I feel like I did? I did read for Onu. And the first part is in part 1, sensual and emotional needs. In part 1 it is. In the first, yeah. And guys, I want to let you know, guys, I'm going to start, yeah. I'm going to start the Sagittarius idols during this weekend. But I'm going to do the live stream on Sunday because on Saturday I have to attend some classes, some lessons, because my friend invited me to a sort of class about, angels and stuff and energies, I thought it was, I need healing energy. So she invited me to this sort of seminar. It's like a 4.5 hours, where they teach you. Also you connect with Reiki. I know how to do Reiki, but they sort of teach you another style to sort of center yourself and your energy. And I think that with everything that has been going on with me and the accident that I had and all those things that we have to go through every day. And also I work with energies because I read tarot. I believe that I need to acquire more tools to protect myself, protect my craft, and to always try to transmute the energies so I don't feel down or just emotionally burn out. I think that is necessary every once in a while to learn something new, besides reading tarot. So I'm going to attend to one of these classes on Saturday, so I will not be doing the live stream, but on Sunday I will. So yeah, I want to let you know. Yeah, definitely. Yes, yeah, it has been a lot. It has been a lot. People are surviving, are on surviving mode, and I think that at least from us that we come from a place of having to listen to others and be there for others. Sometimes we also need to take care of ourselves and our energy. So yeah, it's important. It's important, definitely. Oh yeah, we will. We don't want this. But she is a Sag. So, maybe if someone is interested, we can pull some cards for her on Sunday. But yeah, I will leave you to, to think about that, and then we can talk about it on Sunday. Yeah, I know, Rim. Okay, guys, have a lovely week. I will see you on Sunday. Bye.